first time pulling with the new truck, new hitch, and Cherie is not with me. Maybe we'll call that good. Well, first time getting the momentum up to speed here. Punch in the fuel economy here to reset and see what I'm getting. Rough road. We're bouncing.
This is the good life. Oh, oh, oh. This is the good life. Oh, oh, oh. Out in the sunshine, nothing but good times. This is the good life. This is the good life. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. Whoa, oh, oh, oh. I just wanna spend every day with you.
I'm Tom,
And I'm Cherie.
and we sold everything for a life of freedom and full-time travel.
Follow our journey for tips, and we also share our mistakes.
And we make plenty of them.
Yes, we do. And thank you for subscribing. You don't want to miss some of these videos we have coming up. We have some really exciting things happening.
We do. We pulled into Hillsborough River State Park in Florida with my old Chevy Silverado 3500, and now it's time for the first tow with our new truck and new fifth wheel hitch. In this video, I'll be towing our Grand Design Momentum 381M with our new Ford F450 with a B&W companion hitch for the very first time. What did I think? Plus, should you do a tug test? You can watch our entire truck buying and hitch installation series of videos by using the link in the description. Slick disc in hand. It's black this time. Time to try the black disc again. There it is. The one that caused so many problems before. Put it back on the momentum of. This is Tom.
Hey, Tom, it's Speedy. How are you doing, buddy?
Good, how's it going?
If you look at people who do a tug test on their hitch, people with B&W hitches say there's no need to do one with the B&W hitch.
Oh, wow.
Tough design.
There has been a few people that have said that they don't do a tug test, but you know, do you feel like that's kind of flirting with disaster?
I personally don't with my hitch. If I had a hitch that had a trigger system that required either an additional latch to go in place to prevent the main latch from opening up like your Husky did, then I would say do one just to make sure that something doesn't fail. I personally don't do a tug test for a couple reasons. Some people do it with their landing gear barely touching the ground. Some people do it with the landing gear down, and they just do it to see if, you know, slightly pulling forward can you know, if the resistance there is going to be enough to open up the jaws. The thing you risk, and this has happened before, believe it or not, is you do a tug test, the hitch itself connected properly, and you tear your landing gear off because the tug test for some reason caused your landing gear to contact the ground.
Right.
Now, with the way you did it, it's not that big of an issue, simply because you lifted your landing gear high enough off the ground that you don't have to really worry about that. It would have kind of gently slid, and then the landing gear would have hit the ground. But that's the biggest concern people have, and the problem with any weight landing on your landing gear suddenly is it can either strip out the component inside of the frame that the landing gear presses against, or it can even strip out the gearing in the landing gear.
Oh,
and
wow.
you can find yourself in a situation where your landing gear don't work properly, or it doesn't work properly anymore.
Wow.
So, I mean, tug tests it's a great test because it does verify that your truck is connected. There's, you know, a way some people will do a tug test is instead of using the landing gear by itself, they'll fully initiate their trailer brakes with the landing gear down. So at least the trailer is stopping itself, and then they'll pull against it. That way, your trailer is the fixed item to the ground. And I'm not sure if that's how you did it when you did your tug test.
Well, in the last video, because we ended up making 3 videos about it, in the very last video, I left the chocks, I put the trailer brake on, and I raised the landing gear up about an inch. So I was trying to cross every T I could. So
I would say you did it right. The only difference is I don't think you need to put the chocks in place. Personally, what I would have done, and I probably would have left your landing gear so they're touching the ground just barely, and then fully engage your trailer brakes, and then just let your foot slowly off of the gas and see if it tugs and see what happens. And I think that's probably the safer way, because you really don't want any of a sudden impact on your landing gear.
okay. All right, we'll
Good to know.
make that adjustment. And so, do
Wow.
you mind us sharing that you say you don't typically do a tug test?
Sure, absolutely.
Have
And
you-
if they, with the B&W Hitch, I feel confident enough that I don't really need to do a tug test. I know that it's confidently shut.
We got a lot of truckers that were pretty, some were very nice, but some were not so nice about always doing the tug test.
You know, folks who are hauling around 40, 50,000 pound loads in a semi truck, you know, that might be part of their pre-trip inspection that they have to do. And because the plate is so much larger and it's harder to visibly check under there are other reasons. Again, that's more of a trigger system versus what B&W has, which is a latching system.
Right.
Well, good deal. Well, you guys just be safe, and hopefully everything goes smooth. And if you need anything, just shoot me an email, and we'll try to get another call if you have to.
Sounds
Yay,
great, JD.
thanks,
Appreciate it.
JD.
And we'll swing by when we're in Texas.
There we go.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
Not a problem. Take care.
Hey, have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye. All right, time to actually hook up and pull out of here for the first time. But first, can the F450 handle this beast? The Blue Tote. When we first got the Blue Tote, I wish there was a way to keep an eye on it. There have been some scary and hilarious stories about wheels coming off and people not realizing it was leaking. Not fun. Do they have like backup cameras for Blue Totes? So I can keep an eye on this thing, and if there's any issues, I would know. This is so cool how I can keep an eye on the Blue Tote here with the camera system in the Ford F450. There you can see a little Blue Tote. It's like we're looking down on top of it so I can see if there's any little issues at all. And this is cool here, being at the dump station. I can actually line up right where I should be to dump. Right there, so I don't have to even get out and check. Super cool. Hey.
Hey,
It's like Cherie wants to FaceTime me, huh? How's it going?
what's going on?
Oh, I'm getting ready to pull out of here.
Yeah?
Yeah, so here's the deal. I'm pulling out of here for the first time with the new hitch, and you're not here. You're not here to guide me out of this tight camp spot.
Hang on, I want to be there. Carry your phone around.
I,
Put it in the truck. On the vent.
yeah. All right, so Cherie's gonna help me just in support, but not in actual guiding me around. So, all right, I'll put you somewhere here. So, first time pulling with the new truck, new hitch, and Cherie is not with me. Well, she's FaceTiming me, but she's not here. Usually she'd be on the walkie-talkie or cell phone and be helping to watch everything. So this might be a little stop and check, a lot of that. But I want to record as much as possible so we can see how this works. First, I'm going to get it to hitch height. Be with me in moral support, huh? With the blue tote right there, I've got to raise it up and lower it back down, similar to what I had to do with the Chevy. Oh yeah, almost locked myself out here.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Locked in there. Now I know JD said not to do a safety tug, but I don't think I can give up on that, especially first time hitching up here. But we'll see how confident I get. Nah, I'll probably always do a safety tug. Get the safety pin locked in there. Okay, the brake. Can't forget that. Time for a safety tug. Did the tug test.
Everything's good?
Yeah, it held really tightly, so I'm gonna do the rest of it now. Gave it a nice tug there.
Long package back in there, isn't it?
Yep. Maybe we'll call that good.
Maybe?
You gotta swing.
You locked in? Everything's good?
Everything's locked in, shocks are pulled, did the safety check. how this is looking back here. Don't know how much of a tight turn I want to make with this thing.
Right. I gotta go to Mass Service Center.
There, piece of cake. Well, I don't know about that. A few trips to look at stuff. There's a look at that site. Not exactly a huge site for something as big as we are. Time to get out of here.
Hey, keep it on.
No, I'm out of the site. Going to the dump station.
Okay, I'll talk to you in a minute. Love you.
All right, love you.
Bye.
Right. Gosh, pulls it like it's not even there. Kind of tight in this dump station here.
Yes.
Well, first time getting the momentum up to speed here. Just getting up to 60 miles an hour, which is typically what I like to pull at. I feel like that's a nice safe lock in the cruise control here. And punch in the fuel economy here to reset and see what I'm getting right now. Pulling fairly level surface, 60 miles an hour. And let's see what it says. I do like how this thing is handling. A lot of power. When I was going at slow speeds, it was like it wasn't even there. So yeah, loving how this pulls. Now, the first that popped up here is 8.9 miles per gallon right now. So almost 9 miles per gallon. Bigger truck. It's not going to get the fuel economy that the Chevy got, which was 10 to 11 typically. But if I can get 9, 10 out of this, I think I'll be pretty happy. So yeah, loving it so far. Yeah, just saw a sign for rough road. And it is, I mean, we're bouncing, but it is handling it so much better. I gotta say how much smoother the ride is with this setup. I don't know how much is attributed to the truck or how much is attributed to the new hitch, which is supposed to be a lot more stable. But I've hit some pretty good bumps and it's handling it really well. Rough roads, and yeah, I feel like this is such a nice ride, such a nice upgrade. I think the extra weight of the RV on the truck actually helps smooth out the ride in the truck. Feels a little bit more like a car. It's less stressful. I have to say I felt pretty stressed a lot of the time in the Chevy, pulling the momentum, you know, and maybe that's because it was too much RV for the truck. But this just, I feel a lot more confident going down the road in this, and I'm just barely getting used to it. So yeah, step on the gas pedal and yeah, it moves. So that good old Ford Power Stroke.
Subscribe for our upcoming truck and RV upgrade videos, and we will be sharing more feedback on the Ford F450, B&W Hitch, and the Grand Design Momentum RV. Thanks to JD at Big Truck Big RV for his truck and hitch expertise, and E-Trailer for providing the B&W companion hitch to try out. You'll find their links below. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video.